Oh, welcome back to the Matrix. You're not just the Matrix, you are the Matrix. How's it feel, Neo? And today we got ourselves a banger. Daily market news analysis. What is up? What is up? How's everyone feeling out of 10? Make sure you guys are spamming that like button, hitting the share so other people can spam that like button. As the time of recording, we've had a huge pump all the way up to $66,000. In fact, my title on YouTube is not even relevant anymore because I have it as 64K. You love to see it, though. I love it when I'm wrong to the upside for sure. How's everyone feeling? But looks good though. Listen, it's not like, hey, we're out of the woods. It's off to Neverland from here. But hey, it is a good sight for sore eyes, for sure. When we look a little bit closer under the hood, like on the 1 hour chart, we're testing the 200 or the 100 moving average. So realistically, we got to break that 66,000. And what we want to see, and really to clear this as being outside of an accumulation range, would be that $72,000 range. But this is a very, very good start in the right direction. Again, my volume is not working. But let's check out, let me put on the MACD here. I do like the MACD. Let's see what the MACD looks like on the hourly. We can see the RSI is screaming to the upside. So is the MACD. We had a cross over here looking really good. Let's check out the 5 hour chart. Same thing. We're testing the 20. These are getting pretty coiled up at this point on the 5 hour chart. Last time it happened, though, we got rejected off of the 200. We need to get to the 200, get above it, and reclaim it as accumulation. I did tweet it out earlier today. This pump wasn't scheduled. I know, right? What about the October scheduled bottom? Are we cooked? Picked up some Flux today. Let's go. I think Flux is a really good buy. We have 1 week away, so we're not out of the woods. This is what I want to be clear about. We're not out of the woods. We have 1 week until the last lunar eclipse, until 29 January of 2029 is the last lunar eclipse. And so I say that to say the last bottom came in for Bitcoin on the lunar eclipse. Now there's signs all around us here. There's signs everywhere. The RSI, the volume, the MACD, the sentiment. There's signs everywhere. Every time we get into the low 60s, we see this crazy pump up because it shows us that the institutions are stepping in this level. Now, my volume, again, is not working, and I don't know why it keeps doing this. But let me try to add this. Try to add it over here. Yeah, I don't know what's going on every time it wants to do this, but nevertheless, I would like to see what the volume's looking like to really see. But anyways, yeah, no volume coming in. Okay, whatever. It doesn't matter. But it's a good sign. March 15th, the last lunar eclipse until 2029. I lost my train of thought here. FTX went to zero on the lunar eclipse. Luna went to zero on the lunar eclipse. So I think if we're going to get any funny business, it's going to be between now and the 15th of March. But I am now pushing the chips forward. I tweeted this out earlier today. I am pushing the chips forward. Let me be clear. I have no interest in buying the wick low, dollar low. I want to be in the correct flavor like I was for the last bear market where I averaged 22K and 33 cents XRP price. I will be DCAing 1% of my available capital until the 15th. After the 15th, if we have not gotten some big scary event, I will be more aggressive. And if between now and the 15th, we get some scary event that happens, probably around the eclipse on the 3rd, then I will be aggressive about the DCA as well. In addition to that, I have limit orders on Bitcoin at 62K and 58K. I do not expect 58K to get filled, but it is there. Last time when we bottomed in 2022, the actual event was over here with FTX going to zero. Bitcoin goes down to $15,624. A couple of weeks later, we actually swept those lows and went slightly lower, $15,479. Now, there was no event right here. This was not an event. This was the event. We went lower 2 weeks later. So I'm open-minded to something like that happening on the eclipse. However, I'm not guaranteeing it, nor do I care, right? I am already at the point where I do not care. I am going to start aggressively buying 1% of my available capital every single day until the 15th. Once the 15th gets here, I'm going to be more aggressive about the percentage as well. Hold on. All the hoes are getting blocked today, by the way. So any hoe activity, I'm happily married. I do not need any hoes in my life. So if you show up here with some hoe activity, you're getting blocked. All right. Let's get into you guys. We'll check out XRP. We'll check out Ethereum. We've been trading Ethereum every single day in the Telegram. We had a pretty bad day yesterday. It technically was today, but it was really last night when we had a pretty good rebound here. Russell still meandering along here. We would like to see a higher high at some point in this week. Where we have Ethereum. Yeah, Ethereum had a huge breakout here. 1900 reclaimed this level. Violently, here's my volume, violently bouncing off of this trend line that's been at play the whole time. Listen, I don't guarantee you that the Bitcoin bottom is in. I think that it's a decent probability. I feel very strong that the 1741 was the bottom. I don't think that Ethereum takes that out. Of course, anything is possible, but I think that that is a very, very strong possibility. Contrary to popular belief, in June, Ethereum bottomed in 2022, June. Bitcoin bottoms over here in November. So let's check out the small time frame. Same thing. We're testing the 200 on the 1 hour. We need to clear this. We could easily get rejected, come back down. All that's possible. Realistically, Ethereum needs to clear 2100 to mark this as an uptrend, but this is looking like a really good formation here. At a minimum, we would expect in the medium term a retrace on Ethereum up to 2500. And when we look at the liquidity, like all the liquidity was swept down yesterday at that 62.5. There's a little bit, it's building up now, 62.3. Now there's some liquidity, but then hey, every yin, there's a yang. We came and got all this liquidity. So now it's building back up to the downside. So, hey, I anticipate us to get back into the 63K, 62K. I have a limit order at 62K. I hope it gets filled. It's 0 of the indicators, top indicators are still in. And let me see. I have one for Ethereum too. I'd like to see how the liquidity looks too, because I know there was a lot at 19. Yeah, they grabbed all of this stuff here. All of this, and there's a lot more sitting up there at that 65 range. Man, that was a huge liquidity sweep. So it's building back up down, so expect a reclaim of this for sure in the short term. Like, I don't think we're out of the woods. I don't think it's like, oh, that was it, off to Neverland. But this is a really, really strong candle out of here for sure. Ultimately, you do need to clear this 200. I'd like to see where the 3 hour. The 200's up there at 2050. This is still sloping really far down. Realistically, a lot of times what this does is it'll go up, get rejected, back test, and it kind of does this dance 3 or 4 times before it actually clears it. The 200's way up here, still sloping really far down. So these are getting coiled up. This is a good start. I do anticipate, though, what you do see, though, when you start flattening out, getting coiled up, the 100 typically is resistance. That's at about 2K. You're probably going to dance in there for a little bit. And then once we break the 100, it's probably going to impulsively go and touch the 200 before getting rejected. Pretty common that it does this. In fact, we can see. But a lot of times, too, once you go to the 200, like here, this is back in April. Same thing. You have the postures all the way down. You start coiling up a little bit. You go up to the 50 in this case, get rejected, kind of hang out around the 50. Then once you bounce through the 100, you typically find the 200, and we can see once we got to the 200, the 50 and 20 actually lifted us up, and that was it. So it doesn't always happen like that. That was in April. But typically the 200, whether you blast through it or not, is going to be resistance. That is pretty common. Same thing over here. You can see like the posture is all like moving down. This is back in 2022. You start to get coiled up in the same way. You have an impulse move to the 200. You kind of get rejected, come back. This puts in a higher low. This is basically exactly what I'm talking about, where when we look at the posture right here, in fact, let me put two of them so we can see what I'm talking about here. This is the 5 hour. Yep. Okay, so this is the 5 hour, so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So on the top is the 2022 bottom for Ethereum, and I want to show you the posture on how it is. Right, so the first thing is you kind of get your selling climax. You get your selling climax over here. Oh, man, that looks so... and then you come up, you test the 20 and the 50, which is the red and the yellow for me. You kind of meander your way along. The 100 starts to catch up. And then there's kind of a dance in between the 100, right? So you break above it, you come below it, you break above it. Once you clear it, you kind of violently go and test the 200, which we did here, rejection, and then that was it after that. And then we were basically on an uptrend from that point forward on the macro sense. I'm not predicting that necessarily that's what happens, but I anticipate us to test the 100, get a little dance in here before ultimately testing the 200. Once you break the 200, that is typically huge levels. Why is it pumping? Because it's so daggone oversold. He says, send the hose over here. Oh, that's funny. So listen, I'm going to be buying some Bitcoin for the next few days. I'm going to be buying some XRP, Ethereum, all the way through the 15th. If we get a crazy event between now and then, I will push the chips forward even more. But I feel very comfortable at these levels. I am pounding the table. Like, I'm not screaming like the bottom is in. We're never going to wick lower. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, damn, this is a good value, and we're getting greedy at this point. Got my bags packed, ready to go. 7 out of 10. Sup. Jam been talking crap about Sonic. Okay, that's fine. He also told people to sell in January of 2023, so it's fine. I'm not doing that with Jam today. We're not doing that. Bitcoin was oversold. That's why it's pumping. We're accumulating. That's why it's pumping. Nice little pre-pump. But this wasn't scheduled. Double tap. I appreciate you. We got some. ETH will not perform this cycle. I think people said the same thing about XRP. I think Ethereum is doing a similar thing that XRP did. That's what I think. It just kind of got a retrace. It didn't get into price discovery. To me, that's not really a bad thing. Ethereum did the same, or XRP did the same thing. It's been in a higher low structure this whole time. It hasn't went into price discovery the whole time. To me, it's the longer you chop, the higher you launch. We'll see. And I've been the biggest Ethereum hater known to man. What happened to your bull run? $3 Sonic? Sonic hit $8.88. What do you want? We went beyond my targets. How about that? I'm buying Solnic every single day. 6 lows my wallet. $8.88. How about that? Trump speech. That's why. I have no idea what he said. I don't care. You cannot predict what he's going to say. Ski Brother, are you going to trade today? I'm trading 9 a.m. Central Time is my normal time. You should have listened to Jam this cycle and you never would have bought. And you would have had cash the whole time. You would have had cash the whole time if you would have just listened to Jam. If you would have just listened to Jam, you would have sold Bitcoin at 25K. And you wouldn't have bought at any point in time if you would have just listened. If you would have just listened. We're not doing this today. I'm going to do it one more time. Because everyone... See, this is what happens. Monkeys will pick the correct slot machine. And then people will swear that that monkey has the right thing. But we do that in real life, but we would not expect the monkey to pick the correct number out of 1,000. We would not expect him to be a genius. He had the cycle nailed when he was telling people to sell at 25K Bitcoin. When he was telling people to sell at 25K Bitcoin.
Try to warn them, man. You try to warn them.
He tried to warn us at 25K to sell.
Now I know what the comments are going to be like, bro.
At 25K. I'm not doing this today. We're not doing this. Jam was bearish at the top. I'm pumped for him. And listen, I have nothing against Jam. I have against the idiot people who don't understand. Yeah, sure. If you don't want to play the game at all, that's great advice. Here's my track record. I bought Bitcoin at 22K average price. I bought XRP at 33 cents average price. I sold my XRP publicly at $3.33 and bought a farm. Publicly, this took place January 25th, 2025. We're not doing this today. The hoes are getting blocked. Jam follows the blood moon. Well, Jam's smart. Listen, I don't have anything against Jam. I have against the idiot people who don't understand. I think Jam's probably a good dude. I think he's a follower of Christ. I'm not gonna talk crap on anyone trying to do the Lord's work. I have against the idiot people who make it a competition as if my track record doesn't speak for itself. If you cannot use 2 brain cells to figure out my average price in Bitcoin was 22K, I was publicly buying and accumulating, publicly telling my audience to accumulate in 2022, giving all the signs why the bottom was in. I bet my beard 11 times. I've shaved it once. I sold publicly. XRP at $3.33. If you can't use 2 brain cells to figure that out, to say that, hey, I'm just a man, I get stuff wrong, I'm accountable when I'm wrong. But golly my, that's a pretty good track record. All right, enough. Portfolio is down 50%. Should I just hold? Jalen, I promise you I bought the top in 2017. The way is forward. bro, no need to keep talking about Jim. I agree. Listen, I think he's a follower of Christ, so I root for him, wish him well, genuinely from my heart. I have nothing against Jam. I have against idiot people who comment dumb things. That's who I have against. And I'm not even talking about you guys specifically, but like people say some of the nastiest dumb stuff. I'm not even going to root against any creator, especially one that's creating with Christ in his heart. I'm not going to root against anybody like that. But my track record speaks for itself. I'm accountable when it's wrong. What about VeChain? How much lower can it go? All right. The hoes are getting blocked. We're not doing it today. When buy? I am buying right now. 1% of my capital that I have, I am buying every single day until the 15th. If there is a crazy event between now and the 15th, aka the 3rd, then I will push the chips forward even more aggressively. If not, I plan to be completely 100% allocated by April 1st. That is my plan. I am buying aggressively right now. I am not promising you that we're never going to go lower ever again, but what I am promising you is the risk to reward is insane at this point. Can Bitcoin go to 50K? Sure. Can Bitcoin go to 55K? Sure. 58K? Sure. Has it already bottomed? Sure. I don't care. It doesn't matter if it goes to 55K. If I buy it at 63K or 53K or 58K, what the hell? It doesn't matter when it's at 500K someday. It doesn't matter. And it'll probably be 200K the next cycle. So I'm aggressively buying at this point. I am aggressively pushing the chips forward at this point. I bought the average price of 22K the last cycle. I didn't buy the bottom. I didn't sell the top. But I was in the right flavor, and that is my hopes. All right. Yeah, the people complaining want people to tell them what to buy, when to buy, when to sell, how much to sell. And not only that, Eli, not only do they want people to tell them when to buy, how to buy, what to buy at what price. Not only that, but if when you buy, it's not the hour bottom, it's wrong. If when you sell, it's not the hour top, it's wrong. Do you know how many people were pissed last cycle or like in 2024 when I was saying that Sui had topped and we went higher? Like the amount of people that were pissed at me for saying that, hey, the top for Sui is in. I would not buy here. I have no interest in buying here. I had it as buying climax, up thrust, UTAD. I said that this is the buying climax, and guess what? We went higher from November. I said that this is the up thrust. Guess what? We went higher. Aha, ski, you idiot. That's a topping structure. This is the right flavor. Check that out. If you sold in the middle, you were in the right flavor. And that means you would have sold Sui at $4.80. Not you, Siri. Go away. Go away. All right, so listen, I steered you wrong by 12%. Sorry. But then I saved you 83%. Again, I have not. Listen, I genuinely, from my heart, I want him to do well, succeed, all that stuff. It's the people who comment dumb things that get on my nerves. It's not Jam. I care less about Jam. Short opportunity here, potentially, but man, yeah, I think so, potentially. Potentially. I don't know, though. Like, people are going to get greedy with the shorts. As long as it's not a revenge trade. There's potentially an opportunity here, but the opportunity is pretty big. Once we clear this, it's going to be a crazy one, yeah. Hey, Ski, are you verified KYC on BitUnex? Just wondering if I should. I am not. I have had no issues with them. I think you can do 20K a day withdrawals. I've never had them freeze my account. I have withdrawn thousands of dollars, thousands of times, hundreds of times from my BitUnex account. I've never had an issue. Never. I think they're pretty solid. Are they perfect? No. Is any exchange perfect? No. But I've never had any issues from them. I've withdrawn funds from them like, hundreds, if not thousands of times. Hundreds, thousands of dollars at a time. I've had no issues. So I think they're pretty solid. I don't think they're perfect. I don't think you should hold your funds there. You know what I mean? Nothing like that. But no, I'm not KYC on there. And that's what I like about them. State of the Union is on. He will mention crypto. Should we watch that? Is that what you guys want to watch? Is that what's happening? What's happening? Yeah,
After 4 years in which millions and millions of illegal aliens poured across our borders, totally unvetted and unchecked, we now have the strongest and most secure border in American history by far.
Can't you lie to me instead?
In the past 9 months, 0 illegal aliens have been admitted to the United States. But we
0.
will always allow people to come in legally, people that will love our country and will work hard to maintain our country.
Legally?
The flow of deadly fentanyl across our border is down by a record 56% in 1 year. And last year, the murder rate saw its single largest decline.
You should pull up the
in
chart.
recorded history. This is the biggest decline, think of it, in recorded history, the lowest number in over 125 years. Year 1900. In fact, substantially before my wonderful father, I had a wonderful father, Fred, before he was born. Substantially before he was born. That's a long time ago. He wouldn't like me to say that, but that's a long time ago. The Biden administration and its allies in Congress gave us the worst inflation in the history of our country. But in 12 months, my administration has driven core inflation down to the lowest level in more than 5 years.
Because we're working on a bottom formation,
of
AJ.
2025, it was down to 1.7%.
Whoever asked me about the short opportunity, I wouldn't trade during this. You have no idea what he's going to say.
Gasoline, which reached a peak of over $6 a gallon in some states under my predecessor, it was quite honestly a disaster, is now below $2.30 a gallon in most states, and in some places $1.99 a gallon. And when I visited the great state of Iowa just a few weeks ago, I even saw $1.85 a gallon for gasoline. Mortgage rates are the lowest in 4 years and falling fast, and the annual cost of a typical new mortgage is down almost $5,000 just since I took office. 1 year. And low interest rates will solve the Biden-created housing problem well, at the same time protecting the values of those people who already own a house that really feel rich for the first time in their lives. We want to protect those values. We want to keep those values up. We're going to do both.
Uh-oh.
Market has set 53 all-time record highs since the election. Think of that. 1 year. Boosting pensions, 401ks, and retirement accounts for the millions and millions of Americans. They're all gaining. Everybody's up, way up. In 4 long years, the last administration got less than $1 trillion in new investment in the United States. And when I say less, substantially less. In 12 months, I secured commitments for more than $18 trillion pouring in from all over the globe.
Says Bitcoin's going to drop tonight. Well, it's up. It's up $4,000. So I mean, that's pretty expectable.
Think of it, much less than $1 trillion for 4 years versus much more than $18 trillion for 1 year. What a difference a president makes.
What a difference. Yeah, whoever said short opportunity, maybe, but I wouldn't trade while he's talking. You have no idea what he's going to say.
Anywhere in the world, the hottest.
Global warming made us the hottest country. Huge liquidity pocket, 69K. Yeah, that'd be crazy.
As thousands of new businesses are forming and factories, plants, and laboratories are being built, we have added 70,000 new construction jobs in just a very short period of time. It's getting bigger and bigger and stronger. Nobody can believe what they're watching. American oil production is up by more than 600,000 barrels a day, and we just received from our new friend and partner, Venezuela, more than 80 million barrels of oil. American natural gas production is at an all-time high because I kept my promise to drill, baby, drill. More Americans are working today than at any time in the history of our country. Think about that. Any time in the history of our country, more working today. And 100% of all jobs created under my administration have been in the private sector.
Weekly RSI on Bitcoin, the lowest in history. Yeah, that is something. Listen, I think that the bottom is forming.
DEI in America.
Are you taking any trades? No, absolutely not. I don't do that. I look for boring setups again and again and again.
We've
I
got
have
a record
no idea
number
what
of
Trump's going to
job-killing
say.
regulations, and in 1 year
That's-
we have lifted 2.4 million Americans, a record, off of food stamps.
Yeah, I think that a bottom
And
is
for all of
forming.
these reasons, I say tonight, members of Congress, the state of our union is strong. Our country is winning again. In fact, we're winning so much that we really don't know what to do about it. People are asking me, please, 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 Mr. President, we're winning too much.
I'm
We
tired of
can't
winning.
take it anymore. We're not used to winning in our country. Until you came along, we're just always losing, but now we're winning too much.
Mr. President, no more winning,
And I
please.
say, no, no, no. You're going to win again. You're going to win big. You're going to win bigger than ever. And to prove that point, here with us tonight is a group of winners who just made the entire nation proud. The men's gold medal Olympic hockey team. Come on in.
Made 127 in 1 hour. Let's go. I'm tired of winning, please. Yeah, 2K Stimmy would be cool.
Go ahead.
This is live, bro.
That's the first time I've ever seen them get up. And actually, not all of them did get up. But they beat a fantastic Canadian team in overtime, as everybody saw, as did the American women who will soon be coming to the White House.
Will Trump speak on anything in beneficial? I have no idea. He might speak about Mars. He might speak about aliens. I have no idea what this man's about to speak about. Yeah, hopefully the Clarity Act.
They were in the Oval Office before, and I just want to say a second very big congratulations to Team USA. But I have to say that, and I told them this, and we took a vote of the team. I said, anybody votes no, I'm not doing it. So they stood there, and they weren't about to say no, because I've never seen a goaltender play as well as goalie Connor Hellebuyck.
Halaba. I feel like he said his name wrong. I have no idea. That's a goalie. Now that's a goalie if I ever seen one. Oh, it's making Bitcoin pump. They love the Halaba.
Think of it, 40 26 shots on goal, and I asked him, the one shot, the one where you put your stick in the back and it hit the neck of your stick and bounced off, you practiced that, or was that a little lucky? He refused to answer that question. But I just want to tell you that the members of this great hockey squad will be very happy to hear.
Is it
based
time
on
to
their
short
vote and
Bitcoin?
my
I
vote,
don't know.
and that
There's
this
an
year's my vote is
opportunity,
more
but
important, that I will soon be presenting
not right now, I
with
don't
our
think.
highest civilian honor, which we will be given, and which has been given to many athletes over the years. But when I say many, not too many, like 12. It's called the highest civilian honor in our country, the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Great athletes have gotten that, very great, the best, and I thought he deserved it. And I did take a vote, every single one of them. I said, I'm not giving it if anybody goes no, and every single one of them rapidly put up their hand. So I want to thank you. What a special job you did. What special champions you are. Thank you very much. I'm also pleased to say that the next time the Olympic torch is lit, it will be here in America for the 2028 Olympics, and it's the summer version right in Los Angeles. We're going to do a good job in Los Angeles. And Los Angeles is going to be safe, just like Washington, D.C. is now one of the safest cities in the country.
God damn it, Punky.
And this year, and I must say I got them both. I got them in the first term, and I was disappointed because I didn't think I'd be the president when this happened. But strange things took place. And now I've got them because I got the Olympics and I got the 2026 FIFA World Cup. And I wanted to claim the 250th, but I didn't get away with that one. I couldn't claim that one for myself. But we're getting the World Cup. So we have the World Cup and the Olympics coming. And that is exciting news. So this will be a year to celebrate our country and the heroes who have kept it free. Men like Buddy Taggart. At age 17, Buddy volunteered to defend America in World War II, serving in the Pacific under the great General Douglas MacArthur. He fought bravely in the famous Battle of Manila, worked so hard. He was badly wounded and almost killed by enemy machine guns in Luzon.
That could be big.
And 81 years ago this month, he liberated
Buy the rumor, sell the news.
largest internment camp in the Philippines, one of the largest anywhere in the world. But he earned many honors, including a Purple Heart and a Bronze Star, came home, started a family, and tonight he is in the gallery looking forward to July 4th, 2026, his 100th birthday. So, Buddy, you're a brave man, and we salute you. Even in times of challenge, setback, and immense heartache, The spirit of 1776 has always shone through very brightly. It was July 4th of last year when floodwaters tore through a girls' summer camp in Central Texas. One of the worst things I've ever seen. I was there, rising 26 feet in the matter of minutes, tragically claiming many, many lives. You all remember that one. As the waters threatened to sweep her away, 11-year-old Millie Kate McClelland closed her eyes and prayed to God. She thought she was going to die. Those prayers were answered when Coast Guard rescue swimmer Scott Ruskin descended from a helicopter above. Nobody knew where he came from. It was Scott's first ever rescue mission, young guy, but very brave, very, very top, always top in his class, and he lifted not just Millie Kate, but 164 others to safety. People watched Scott from a distance, and they couldn't believe what they were seeing. The winds were blowing, the rain was pouring, everything was going, and that rapid water, nobody's ever seen anything like it. They said, wow, that's something. Tonight, Scott and Millie Kate are here together, reunited for the very first time. Thank you, Scott, Millie Kate.
They said, wow, that's something.
And Petty Officer Ruskin, I'm pleased to inform you that I am now awarding you the Legion of Merit for extraordinary heroism, which is what it was, extraordinary heroism. Thank you. And I'd like to have the military aide to please come down and take care of the service. Military aid, thank you very much. Take care of that very important service. Thank you very much.
Crypto is cook.
From 1776 to today,
What are you saying, bro?
every generation of Americans has stepped forward to defend life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And they're really doing it for the next generation. But now it's our turn. Together we're building a nation where every child has the chance to reach higher and go further, where government answers to the people, not the powerful, and where the interests of hardworking American citizens are always our first and ultimate concern. That is the debt we owe to the heroes who came before us, and that is the promise we must keep to America for our 250th year. Last year, I urged this Congress to begin the mission by passing the largest tax cuts in American history, and our Republican majorities delivered so beautifully. Thank you, Republicans.
What happened to alt season you were saying? The hoes are back, bro. The hoes are back. Obviously, it didn't happen when I thought it was going to happen. We're waiting for the Russell to break out.
All Democrats, every single
I'm happily
one of
married. I
them
don't need any
voted
hoes in
against
this
these
stream.
Really important and very necessary, massive tax cuts.
You get hoe activity, you get hoe results. Here's what I know. I bought Bitcoin at $22,000 average price, XRP at 33 cents. How about you?
Increases to hurt the people instead. But we held strong, and with the great, big, beautiful bill.
No, I'm reading a different
no
comment,
tax on
Pazzo.
tips, no tax on overtime.
I'm reading a comment
and
on
no
YouTube.
tax on Social Security for our great seniors.
From the biggest hoe. But he keeps coming back. Weird.
And we also made interest on auto loans tax deductible the first time, but only if the car is made in America. Recently in Pennsylvania, I met Megan Hemhauser, a devoted mom who's homeschools her children. Beautiful, 2 children.
Tell us something new.
While waiting tables at night, as her husband works overtime, operating very heavy equipment. Megan is here this evening, and she's happy to tell you that she is so much richer because with no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and her expanded child tax credit done again by Republicans, Megan and her husband will take home more than $5,000 extra just for the year, cutting her tax bill in more than half.
How about sausage swap these days? I haven't
Megan, please stand up. We're fighting for you, Megan.
looked at sausage swap in a minute. Let me see what the chart's looking like on sausage swap.
Thank you, Megan. We're fighting for you, Megan. Under our bill, parents like Megan can also activate their children's brand new Trump accounts. And I didn't name it. I did not name that.
Cat.
Nobody believes me, but I did not name it. It was named by a very tall man sitting right there in the 3rd row. Nice man, a good man. Tax-free investment accounts for every American child. This is something that's so special and has taken off and gone through the roof. Millions will be pre-funded courtesy of the U.S. Treasury and private individuals like Michael and Susan Dell, who have donated $6,250 million to fund the Trump accounts for 25 million American children. They're great people.
It hasn't quite broken the downtrend, but it's at pretty much at the launch price. I mean, that's pretty good value. This is where I was accumulating it last time. What is the tokenomics on Saucer Swap?
When I asked Michael Dell, how do you make all that money? He said, well, I just sat on my dorm in school, and I made computers, and I'd sell them to people. And I just kept selling and selling and selling, and pretty amazing story. That's called the American dream. He sold a lot of computers, a lot of those laptops, so I congratulate him on that, but I really thank him and Susan, as well as others like Brad Gerstner, a very tremendous guy. He was behind it right from the beginning. Brad Gerstner, thank you,
Pretty
Brad.
good tokenomics. Yeah, I would like to see a downtrend break on Saucer Swap before, but yeah, I don't mind it, honestly. It's a pretty decent value. We'd like to see a higher high or another higher low come in here, but I mean, this is at the launch price. Good tokenomics.
It started with nothing. Over 100,000.
We'll go back to Bitcoin.
Much more than that. To make this investment in our children's future, go to trumpaccounts.gov. Trumpaccounts.gov. And a lot of people are doing it. It's setting every record in the book. It's popular. They knew what it was going to take. I'm so proud of them. I'm so proud of the people that got it started. Now it's just taken off. One of the primary reasons for our country's stunning economic turnaround, the biggest in history, where the Dow Jones broke 50,000 4 years ahead of schedule, and the S&P hit 7,000, where it wasn't supposed to do it for many years, were tariffs. I used these tariffs, took in hundreds of billions of dollars to make great deals for our country, both economically and on a national security basis. Everything was working well. Countries that were ripping us off for decades are now paying us hundreds of billions of dollars.
Talk about stocks. We're close, right?
Everybody knows it. Even the Democrats know it. They just don't want to say it. And yet these countries are now happy, and so are we. We made deals. The deals are all done. And they're happy. They're not making money like they used to, but we're making a lot of money. There was no inflation, tremendous growth, And the big story was how Donald Trump called the economy correctly, and 22 Nobel Prize winners in economics didn't. They got it totally wrong. They got it really wrong.
They got it
And
totally
then just 4
wrong.
days ago, an unfortunate ruling from the United States Supreme Court. It just came down. It came down. Very unfortunate ruling. But the good news is that almost all countries and corporations want to keep the deal that they already made, right, Scott? Knowing that the legal power that I, as president, have to make a new deal could be far worse for them, and therefore they will continue to work along the same successful path that we had negotiated before the Supreme Court's unfortunate involvement. So despite the disappointing ruling, he's powerful. Country saving. It's saving our country, the kind of money we're taking in. Peace protecting. Many of the wars I settled was because of the threat of tariffs. I wouldn't have been able to settle them without.
Why was he
They
shook,
remain
bro?
in place under fully approved and tested alternative legal statutes. And they have been tested for a long time. They're a little more complex, but they're actually probably better, leading to a solution that will be even stronger than before. Congressional action will not be necessary. It's already time-tested and approved. And as time goes by, I believe the tariffs paid for by foreign countries will, like in the past, substantially replace the modern-day system of income tax, taking a great financial burden off the people that I love. Right? Moving forward, factories, jobs, investment, and trillions of dollars will continue pouring into the United States of America because we finally have a president who puts America first. I put America first. I love America. For decades before I came along, we had the exact opposite. From trade to healthcare, from energy to immigration, everything was stolen and rigged.
100's
in order to
pretty
drain the
violent
wealth
here,
out of
so
the
you might get a
productive,
bounce
hardworking
here
people
off Bitcoin.
who make our country great, who make our country run. Under Biden and his corrupt partners in Congress and beyond, it reached a breaking point with the Green New Scam, open borders for everyone. They poured in by the millions and millions from prisons, from mental institutions. They were murderers, 11,888 murders. They came into our country. You allowed that to happen. And record-setting
He
inflation
looks
that
so
cost
pissed.
the typical family $34,000 in just a speck of time. Now the same people in this
Why are
city
they
voted for
spending
those
so long on him?
disasters suddenly used the word affordability, a word. They just used it. Somebody gave it to them, knowing full well that they caused and created the increased prices that all of our citizens had to endure. You caused that problem. You caused that problem.
Bro, the cameraman needs a raise.
They knew their statements were a lie. They knew it.
It's gonna be
They knew their
huge.
statements were a dirty, rotten
It's gonna
lie.
drop, maybe.
Their policies created the high prices.
100's pretty
Our
vertical here.
policies are rapidly ending them. We are doing really well. Those prices are plummeting downward.
Bro, the cameraman needs a raise.
The price of eggs is down 60%, Madam Secretary. Thank you. The cost of chicken, butter, fruit, hotels, automobiles, rent is lower today than when I took office by a lot. And even beef, which was very high, is starting to come down significantly. Just hold on a little while. We're getting it down. And soon you will see numbers that few people would think were possible to achieve just a short time ago. nobody can believe when they see the kind of numbers, and especially energy, when they see energy going down to numbers like that, they cannot believe it. It's like another big tax cut. I'm also confronting one of the biggest ripoffs of our times, the crushing cost of health care caused by you. The passage of the Unaffordable Care Act, sometimes referred to as Obamacare. Big insurance companies gotten rich.
Caused
Meant for the insurance
by
companies,
you.
not for the people. With our government giving them hundreds and hundreds of billions of dollars a year.
Oh my
As
God.
their stock prices soared 1,000, 1,200, 1,400, and even 1,700%. Like nothing else. That's why I introduced the great healthcare plan. I want to stop all payments to big insurance companies and instead give that money directly to the people so they can buy their own healthcare, which will be better healthcare at a much lower cost.
He can't do that, can he, Charlotte? Huh?
In addition, my plan requires maximum price transparency. That's a big deal. Sounds so simple, so big. And I did that in my first term, and the Democrats immediately terminated it with full knowledge that they were doing a very bad thing for the people. Costs are going to go way up.
The beef is coming down.
Way down on health care and everything else. I'm also ending the wildly inflated cost of prescription drugs like has never happened before.
Listen, I don't care if you like Trump or love him. He is funny. He makes me laugh every time I watch him.
Other presidents tried to do it, but they never could. They tried. Most didn't try, actually. But they tried. They said they tried. They couldn't do it. They didn't even come close. They were all talk and no action, but I got it done. Under my just enacted most favored nation agreements, Americans who have for decades paid by far the highest prices of any nation anywhere in the world for prescription drugs will now pay the lowest price anywhere in the world for drugs. Anywhere. The lowest price.
Yeah, I agree, actually.
So in my
Seeing a
first
spring
year
test
of my
micro, yes,
second
I think
term,
so. I think there's a good possibility of that.
should be my third term, but strange things happen. I took prescription drugs, a very big part of healthcare, from the highest price in the entire world to the lowest. That's a big achievement. The result is price differences of 300, 400, 500, 600% and more. All available right now at a new website called TrumpRx.gov. And I didn't name that one either, by the way. And here tonight is the very first customer ever to get that big discount, and it is big. Catherine Rayner. For 5 years, she and her husband have struggled with infertility, and they turned to IVF. One drug has been costing Catherine $4,000. But a few weeks ago, she logged onto the Trump RX website and got that same drug that cost $4,000, got it for under $500.
You think we'll drop? It's hard to say because we've been so oversold for so long. We don't know if this is a real move or not, but like easily we could go to 80K and still be bearish, right? So you have to keep that in mind. Like there's a lot of liquidity at 69K. Like, is there an opportunity? Yeah, I have limit buys at 62K.
So now I'm calling on Congress to codify my most favored nation program into law. Now, the one thing I'm not sure it matters because it's going to be very hard for somebody that comes along after me to say, let's.
Thanks for the star, whoever sent that.
700 or 800%.
Dano, yes, Savage.
But John and Mike, if you don't mind, codify it anyway. They may do it. Codify it anyway. Thank you. Many Americans are also concerned that Energy demand from AI data centers could unfairly drive up their
And there's a
electric
gap
utility
back
bills.
down at from
Tonight, I'm
66
pleased to
down to
announce that I
63.
have negotiated
So
the
there's an
new
opportunity, but like,
ratepayer protection pledge. You know what that is?
I don't know.
We're telling the major tech companies that they have the obligation to provide for their own power needs. They can build their own power plants as part of their factory so that no one's prices will go up. And in many cases, prices of electricity will go down for the community, and very substantially down. This is a unique strategy never used in this country before. We have an old grid. It could never handle the kind of numbers, the amount of electricity that's needed. So I'm telling them they can build their own plant. They're going to produce their own electricity. It will ensure the company's ability to get electricity while at the same time lowering prices of electricity for you, and could be very substantial for all of you cities and towns. You're going to see some good things happen over the next number of years. Another pillar of the American dream
Bro,
that has
sleep.
been under attack is home ownership. With us tonight is Rachel Wiggins,
Bro, why is he
from Houston.
knocked
She
out?
placed bids on 20 homes and lost all of those bids to gigantic investment firms that bypassed inspection, paid all cash, and turned those houses into rentals, stealing away her American dream. She was devastated. Stories like this are why last month I signed executive order to ban large Wall Street investment firms from buying up in the thousands single-family homes. And now I'm asking Congress to make that ban permanent, because homes for people, really, that's what we want. We want homes for people, not for corporations. Corporations are doing just fine. Rachel, thank you very much. Good luck with your home. You'll get one soon. We're also working to make it easier for Americans to save for retirement. And under this administration, we will always protect Social Security and Medicare. They are not protecting it for our seniors. We will always protect Social Security, Medicare.
Medicare. They're not protecting it.
Since I took office, the typical 401k balance is up by at least $30,000. That's a lot of money.
I'm tired of winning.
Millions and millions of people, because the stock market has done so well, setting all those records, your 401ks are way up. Yet half of all of working Americans still do not have access to a retirement plan with matching contributions from an employer. To remedy this gross disparity, I'm announcing that next year my administration will give these oft-forgotten American workers, great people, the people that built our country, access to the same type of retirement plan offered to every federal worker. We will match your contribution with up to $1,000 each year, as we ensure that all Americans can profit from a rising stock market. Let's also ensure that members of Congress cannot corruptly profit from using insider information.
And when they do that, when they pass that, it is time to cash out your 401k. I'm here to tell you, folks, the big one is in. When Congress stops trading stocks, it's time to cash out your 401k.
I can't believe it. Did Nancy Pelosi stand up if she was here? Doubt it. Pass the Stop Insider Trading Act without delay.
Bro's pissed. Charles, how am I going to go back to a $178,000 a year salary?
I wasn't sure if anybody even on this side was going to applaud for that. I'm very impressed. Thank you. I'm very impressed. But when it comes to the corruption that is plundering, it's plundering America. There's been no more stunning example than Minnesota, where members of the Somali community have pillaged an estimated $19 billion from the American taxpayer. Oh, we have all the information. And in actuality, the number is much higher than that. And California, Massachusetts, Maine, and many other states are even worse. This is the kind of corruption that shreds the fabric of a nation, and we are working on it like you wouldn't believe. So
You wouldn't believe it.
although started 4 months ago, I am officially announcing the war on fraud to be led by our great Vice President J.D. Vance.
Nah, the cameraman needs a raise for real.
We'll get it done. And if we're able to find enough of that fraud, we will actually have a balanced budget overnight. It'll go very quickly. That's the kind of money you're talking about. We'll balance our budget. The Somali pirates who ransacked Minnesota remind us that there are large parts of the world where bribery, corruption, and lawlessness are the norm, not the exception. Importing these cultures through unrestricted
Dude, the
immigration
cameraman is
borders
killing me.
brings us problems right here to the USA. And it is the American people who pay the price in higher medical bills, car insurance rates, rent, taxes, and perhaps most importantly, crime. We will take care of this problem. We're going to take care of this problem. We are not playing games. Delilah.
Her thing says fuck ice. Yes, I'm buying XRP. Web, I just tweeted out 1% daily of what I have available. I am buying until the 15th, and then by April 1st, I'll be 100% in.
Stopped car traveling 60 miles an hour or more. The driver was an illegal alien let in by Joe Biden and given a commercial driver's license by open borders politicians in California. Doctors said Delilah would never be able to walk or talk.
Why April 1st? Because the last lunar eclipse is the 3rd. I'm going to give it about a week. So I plan to do 1% of my available capital daily. Hold on, let me pause this. I plan to do 1% of my available capital daily until the 3rd or until the 15th. After the 15th passes, I'm going to be more aggressive. But my available capital will be gone by the 1st. It's just a DCA.
Delilah, please. You are a great inspiration. Please stand up.
March 3rd is the last lunar eclipse, yes. Until 2029.
Thank you, Delilah. Many, if not most, illegal aliens do not speak English and cannot read even the most basic road signs as to direction, speed, danger, or location. That's why tonight I'm calling on Congress to pass what we will call the Delilah Law, barring any state from granting commercial driver's licenses to illegal aliens. And yesterday, as you probably saw at the White House, I hosted a ceremony with Americans who lost their treasured loved ones to the scourge of illegal immigration. People came into our country, how we allowed this to happen with our open borders. These are the angel moms and families.
Probably going to get impulse here to the 200.
Our government betrayed and our media totally
if we take this
ignored.
out here.
It was terrible. Hard to believe, actually. In 2023, a 16-year-old high school cheerleader named Elizabeth Medina was supposed to perform in her town's Christmas parade, but she never arrived. Her mother, Jacqueline, went home to look for her, and she found her lying dead in a bathtub, bleeding profusely after being stabbed 25 times. Elizabeth's killer was a previously arrested illegal alien who had broken in and brutally extinguished the brightest light in her family's life, violently and viciously. Her heartbroken mother is in the gallery to remind everyone in this chamber exactly why we are deporting illegal alien criminals to our country at record numbers, and we're getting them the hell out of here fast. We don't want them.
We got the lone wolf over here. He said, "Sit your ass down, Charles." We don't support that.
Thank you very much, Jacqueline. Thank you. We can never forget that many in this room not only allowed the border invasion to happen before I got involved, but indeed they would do it all over again if they ever had the chance. If they ever got elected, they would open up those borders to some of the worst criminals anywhere in the world. The only thing standing between Americans and a wide open border right now is President Donald J. Trump and our great Republican patriots in Congress.
I'm right out at the border, patrolling, making sure day by day.
As we speak, Democrats in this chamber have cut off all funding for the Department of Homeland Security. It's all cut off. It's all cut off. They have instituted another Democrat shutdown, the first one costing us 2 points on GDP. 2 points we lost on GDP, which probably made them quite happy, actually. Now they have closed the agency responsible for protecting Americans from terrorists and murderers. Tonight I'm demanding the full and immediate restoration of all funding for the border security, homeland security of the United States, and also for helping people clean up their snow. We have no money because of the Democrats, and it would be nice. We'd love to give you a hand at cleaning it up, but you gave no money. Nobody's getting paid. It's a shame. So you have to think about it. We have, in case you didn't know, a pretty large snowstorm out there. One of the great things about the State of the Union is how it gives Americans the chance
Dude,
to
why does he keep showing everybody asleep?
Really
Hey,
believe.
wake your ass up.
So tonight I'm inviting every legislator to join with my administration in reaffirming a fundamental principle. If you agree with this statement, then stand up and show your support. The first duty of the American government is to protect American citizens, not illegal aliens.
Low-key, that's a crazy thing not to stand up for, honestly. I get it, it's a power flex though, so you gotta play the game, but not a good look. Get him out. Bro is pissed. Oh man, the cameraman needs a raise. My father went to Brown.
Isn't that a shame? You should be ashamed of yourself not standing up. You should be ashamed of yourself. That is why I'm also asking you to end deadly sanctuary cities that protect the criminals and enact serious penalties for public officials who block the removal of criminal aliens. In many cases, drug lords, murderers all over our country, they're blocking the removal of these people out of our country, and you should be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah, it's birds of the feather flock together. It's all the same. 100% right.
And perhaps most importantly, I'm asking you to approve the Save America Act. To stop illegal aliens and others who are unpermitted persons from voting in our sacred American elections. That cheating is rampant in our elections. It's rampant. It's very simple. All voters must show voter ID.
I bet after this it gets an impulse to the 200. I think that's what's going to happen.
All voters must show proof of citizenship in order to vote. And no more crooked mail-in ballots except for illness, disability, military, or travel. None. And this should be an easy one. And by the way, it's polling at 89%, including Democrats. 89%.
What Bitcoin to 20?
Mayor of New York City. I think he's a nice
That was in 2022.
Speak to him a lot. Bad policy, but nice guy. Just said they want people to shovel snow. They got hit hard. Wants them to shovel snow, but if you apply for that job, you need to show 2 original forms of ID and a Social Security card. Yet they don't want identification for the greatest privilege of them all, voting in America. No, it's no good. No good. Both Republicans and Democrats overwhelmingly agree on the policy that we just enunciated. And Congress should unite and enact this common sense, country-saving legislation right now, and it should be before anything else happens.
Barbara, I'm not voting for this.
They don't want to do it. Why would anybody not want voter ID? One reason, because they want to cheat. There's only one reason. They make up all excuses. They say it's racist. They come up with things. You almost say, what imagination they have. They want to cheat. They have cheated. And their policy is so bad that the only way they can get elected is to cheat. And we're going to stop it. We have to stop it, John.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna give him like 5 minutes to say something about Bitcoin, and then I gotta eat dinner.
Here's one more opportunity to show common sense in government. In the gallery tonight are Sage Blair and her mother, Michelle. In 2021, Sage was 14 when school officials in Virginia sought to socially transition her to a new gender, treating her as a boy and hiding it from her parents. Hard to believe, isn't it? Before long, a confused Sage ran away from home after she was found in a horrific situation in Maryland. A left-wing judge refused to return Sage to her parents because they did not immediately state that their daughter was their son. Sage was thrown into an all-boys state home and suffered terribly for a long time. But today, all of that is behind them because Sage is a proud and wonderful young woman with a full ride scholarship to Liberty University. Sage and Michelle, please stand up. Thank you for your great bravery. And who can believe that we're even speaking about things like this? 15 years ago, if somebody was up here and said that, they'd say, what's wrong with him? But now we have to say it because it's going on all over numerous states without even telling the parents. But surely we can all agree no state can be allowed to rip children from their parents' arms and transition them to a new gender against the parents' will. Who would believe that we're even talking about this? We must ban it, and we must ban it immediately. Look, nobody stands up. These people are crazy. I'm telling you, they're crazy.
Oh my God.
Boy, oh boy. We're lucky we have a country. With people like this, Democrats are destroying our country, but we've stopped it just in the nick of time, didn't we?
These people are crazy.
No one cares more about protecting America's youth than our wonderful First Lady. Now a movie star. She's a movie star. Can you believe it? Who would have believed that? Over the past year, she has had an incredible impact championing AI legislation, advancing a landmark executive order on foster care, and helping secure $30 million to launch the Melania Trump Foster Youth to Independence Initiative. It's a tremendous, really a tremendous thing that happened and had a lot of bipartisan support. She gets much better bipartisan support than I do. I get none. She gets a lot. Someday you're going to have to tell me how you did that. And students and educators in every state have joined the First Lady's efforts in the presidential AI challenge, keeping America's next generation positioned to succeed and strongly succeed in the future. Tonight we welcome two young people whose lives reflect the First Lady's impact. Sierra Burns.
Father, do we short or long now?
Thank you both. And Melania, thank you. I know how hard you worked on it. Thank you very much.
Baron's like, Father, do we short or long? Ah, it looks like we're getting an impulse to the 200.
I'm very proud to say that during my time in office, both the first 4 years and in particular this last year, there has been a tremendous renewal in religion, faith, Christianity, and belief in God. Tremendous renewal.
Father, shall we short?
This is especially true among young people, and a big part of that had to do with my great friend, Charlie Kirk. A great guy, great man. So last year, Charlie was violently murdered by an assassin and martyred, really martyred for his beliefs.
Move the chart over a bit.
His wonderful wife, Erica, is with
Yeah, I
us
think
tonight.
she's
Erica,
an
please
actor.
stand. Thank you, Eric. Been through a lot. In Charlie's memory, we must all come together to reaffirm that America is one nation under God, and we must totally reject political violence of any kind. We love religion, and we love bringing it back, and it's coming back at levels that nobody actually thought possible. It's really a beautiful thing to see. Above all, unleashing America's promise requires keeping our communities safe. We have made incredible strides, yet dangerous repeat offenders continue to be released by pro-crime Democrat politicians again and again. We are honored to be joined tonight by...
All right, I don't think he's going to say anything about crypto. I can't. I know. Here, I'm going to give you a spoiler alert for the rest of the State of the Union. Okay, you ready? We're doing great things nobody thought was possible. Gas is down, eggs are down, trans are down. Okay? I'm hungry. That's going to be it for this time, guys. You can watch it on YouTube if you want it. But there you go. Appreciate each and one of you guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow me on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch. I'll never message you first. If you want lifetime access to the Telegram group, we're live trading Monday through Friday in there. 9 a.m. Central Time. I stream the whole thing. I am calling out my plays. We have 15 winning days in February, 2 losing days, 6 days where I didn't trade. So it's been a pretty good month of February. Hope to continue that tomorrow. Hope to see you tomorrow in there. So if you guys want lifetime access to that, you guys can hit me in the DMs. But that will be it for this time. I appreciate each and one of you guys. Peace, love, prosperity. God first. God bless.